guys, so you're probably wondering why I look like this. Well, I forgot to film the intro to this video when I did this makeup tutorial, so I'm literally editing the video right now and I'm like, oh my god, did I really do that? And of course I did. So I'm gonna do this intro super sweet and simple. I used the new Anastasia Norvina palette to create this beautiful purple pink smoky eye. I really love the palette. I always say in every video I'm a huge fan of Anastasia's shadows. I have 5 of her palettes now and I will continue to buy them because I love the formula. Something about it is so different and fluffy and creamy. But I do have some critiques in the video, so keep that in mind. But I really love the look. I think it's just pretty and different and glam, and I'm just really all about this look. I think it's my favorite look currently that I've done right now. So I hope y'all guys do enjoy it. If you want to see me use this palette anymore, if you have any color requests, just let me know down below in the comments. I'll definitely be happy to do them. So let's just go ahead and get started with the video. Okay, so I already have one eye done, and this looks so much prettier than I thought it would, but I do have some critiques. So when we get in with this eye, I will kind of critique each shadow that I use on this eye as we get through. But it looks really pretty, and I think the lashes complement it pretty well. They are still drying, so they look a little bit wonky. So we're gonna go ahead and zoom in and get started on this eye. So as you can tell, it's a pretty kind of purpley pink look. I do have fallout on my face. I had tape right here. I already have tape on this eye. It's primed with ColourPop concealer, Rimmel Stay Matte powder, so it's ready to go. But I did have a lot of fallout on the tape right here. I had fallout here and also in the inner corner. So that's, I mean, it doesn't bother me too bad because I normally do my eyes first. But if you do your face makeup first, I would definitely keep that in mind. The one thing that I have a problem with, I guess I could say, is I went in with the shade Rose Gold on my lid for the halo. And this is definitely more of a pressed pigment. It's definitely not as pigmented dry. It looks a lot more pigmented when you swatch it with your finger. But when you apply it with a brush, I feel it is very kind of crumbly and kind of chunky on the eye. So I got the best effect I could get out of Rose Gold, which sucks because I think that was going to be one of my favorite shades. But then I went in with Wild Child right over it, and I think that helped intensify it a little bit better. Rose Gold's a beautiful shade when you swatch it on your hand, but I think with a brush it takes a little bit of playing with. I did use MAC Fix Plus, so I think that helped a lot more, being that the brush was wet. But overall, I love the Norvina palette. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I think whenever I hauled it, I said Norvana. I don't know why. I don't know how I looked at this and said Norvana, but I think it's Norvina. I don't know. But I think it's a beautiful palette. I love the outside of the kind of purple velvet, and the shades inside are absolutely beautiful. I knew I would like this just because I like a purple pinky toned eye, and this is literally, this is what I live for right here. This is absolutely beautiful. So we're just gonna go ahead and jump in. I'm not gonna do a review on this palette because there's 20 million of them out there already. So this is just a look I wanted to do. With a fluffy brush, I'm taking this shade right here called Soul. And I knew immediately this was the shade I wanted to use because it screamed like a periwinkle, like purple blue shade. And this is absolutely stunning. Something about this color I just wanted to use. I knew I wanted to use it. It's so pretty when you start to blend it out on your eye. So for this eye, I did go back in with Soul about 2 or 3 times, just to kind of get it up to the intensity that I like. I like to say in every tutorial that I do. I have hooded eyes, so I do like to take my crease shade up a little bit higher, so that way you can see like what I'm actually doing when I have eyelashes and everything on, because I feel like you can't normally see it. I then went in with this color right here called Love with a more precise brush. And this brush is a tad bit more pointed at the tip, so I just took a little bit of this shade and started focusing this into the crease. It's absolutely such a beautiful shade. I think of Cotton Candy whenever I blended these two together. The other thing that I do have to say about this palette though, and I'm gonna zoom in and show y'all. I don't know if you can see in Love and Soul right there. There's definitely a lot of kick up, and you can see in Rose Gold, it's definitely more of a more pressed pigment. That's the only thing, there is a lot of kick up in the pan. But that doesn't seem to bother me too bad because I think the color payoff on your eye is absolutely stunning. So with this brush, I am just blending this into the crease, and we will go back in after we do the halo eye and everything and intensify the purple shade some more. Now taking this shade down here called Passion, and I'm taking this shade on a very tiny pencil brush, and this is where I'm going to start focusing this on the inner and outer corner. This is one of my favorite brushes to use when I do halo eyes because I feel it's very precise where to put the color. So I'm just gonna work that right here until I get it to the intensity that I like. Then taking my MAC 242, I'm going to give it a spritz with Fix Plus. And I'm first going to go in with Rose Gold. The shade is so soft in the pan. It's absolutely, I mean, the pan itself looks absolutely beautiful. I just wish it was a little bit easier to apply to your eye. I just feel like it gets a tad bit chunky. So I'm ever so slightly just pressing my 242 brush into the shadow. That way I don't get too much kick up, but it is picking up some product. And I am patting it and kind of swiping the product out where I want it. Now taking Wild Child, and on the same MAC brush, I'm going in and applying this right over the rose gold shade. It kind of adds like a hint of pinkiness to it. That way it's a little bit brighter. Now I'm going to go back in with my little pencil brush in the shade Passion and blend together the edges. And also the crease. Then mixing Love and Soul together, and I'm going to dust this over everything. And that is basically going to be it for the top part of our eye. I'm going to apply my lashes. The lashes, I did apply the Vegas Nay Grand Glamour lashes. I'm going to do this and then we'll come back to finish up the rest of the face. Okay, other lashes on, and then I just applied some black eyeliner to my lower lash line. For primer, we're going to take the e.l.f. Daily Hydration Moisturizer, and for foundation, we're going to take the Rimmel Long Lashing Finish Foundation, and this is way too light for me right now. But it's fine, and my skin definitely needs a little bit of hydration. I feel like it's kind of more on the dry side today. And this is one of my favorite hydrating primers to use from the drugstore. Plus it gets a little bit tacky once it does set. And then taking my favorite sponge, this is the Shop Miss A sponge. I think this thing is under $2. It's softer than a beauty blender in my opinion, and I absolutely love the shape of it. So I definitely need to order some more, and it's a good cause because I believe the proceeds, or part of the proceeds, actually go to an animal shelter. Okay, so now that that is done and blended out, I am going to take a more full coverage concealer just because these eyes are so dramatic. I'm going to take my Shape Tape. This is in the shade Light. I don't ever really use this unless I am like full on glam makeup, which this definitely does count. And I'm going to blend that out with the same sponge. So before I set my face, I think I want to apply a little bit of a cream highlighter. I'm going to take the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting stick. This is in the shade When the Nude Strikes. So I think I'm going to do is put some on the back of my hand, and then with my finger tap it out, because I don't want to put the stick straight to my face because I'm afraid it'll move my foundation or something. And then I'm going to take my sponge and go over it. Definitely gave a nice glow. Not too intense, but I didn't want anything too intense. Oh yes, that's pretty. I always forget to use cream highlight because I'm so eager to set my face because I just get so oily so quick. That is definitely pretty. I think it's going to be pretty with natural looks too. So now what I'm going to do is set my whole entire face. And I'm just going to take my Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. And this is a fluffy Wet n Wild brush. And even through the powder that I am applying, you can still see the cream highlight, which is nice. So I figured for bronzer and highlight, we could use Anastasia products. So I actually don't have an Anastasia blush, but this is her bronzer in Rosewood. And I'm going to take this on a Eco Tools. This is their blending and bronzing brush, and this is a duo fiber. So I'm going to pick up some of this and apply this. And then for blush, I'm actually going to take the Laura Geller Blush and Brighten in Pink Buttercream. I love this blush. I feel like these never get talked about. This one's absolutely stunning. Adds such a nice like flush of color to your cheeks, and it's not too much. And then for highlight, I'm going to take the Anastasia Norvina highlight. Okay, and then to finish off the lower lash line, all I'm going to take is one of these kind of more small fluffy brushes. I'm going to mix together Soul, which is the purple shade, and Love, which is the pink shade. And I'm going to buff this on my lower lash line. And then to highlight your inner corner and brow bone, I'm going to take Dreamer. And then to set the brows, I'm going to take the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. And then to stick with the Anastasia theme, I am taking one of her liquid lipstick in the shade Allison. Okay, so this is the finished look. As you can tell, I am ready for fall. I am like embracing the fall vibes here with this lip, and the eyes are pretty beautiful. I'm pretty impressed with this palette. Besides the kind of pressed pigmented thing, and you get a lot of fallout, a lot of kick up in the pans, but the only palette I haven't had that much problem with would be Renaissance, but I feel like every palette after that has gotten more kick up maybe in the pan. So that seems to really only be the two problems that bother me. If they do bother you, I would take that into consideration if you are going to buy this palette. Do I think it's worth the money? You know, if you like shades like this, I would definitely check it out. But if you don't see yourself wearing these kinds of tones on an everyday basis, I would definitely avoid it. Maybe stick with Soft Glam. Soft Glam has a lot more wearable shades to it. But you do have some wearable shades down here, and then you can incorporate these more pink and purple glitters. But I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. I will link the palette and everything that I did use down below just in case you are interested in anything. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye, y'all.